Hello everyone and welcome to Dungeon Delvers. I am the Dungeon Master, also known as Cameron Blenton. Today on this spooky episode, I'll be talking about my favorite campaign. And no, it's not that time I threw Tiamat at a bunch of level 1 players. No, today I'll be talking about a campaign that was revamped, mind the pun. That's right, I'll be talking about Curse of Strahd Revamped. As a quick note, the only real difference is a few character things with the NPCs, and now this book has more monsters, placing them around for encounters. This box is huge. When I bought it, I thought it was going to be the size of the book, but boy was I wrong. Now, what comes in the box? Well, for $80, I wasn't expecting a lot, considering the book alone costs $50. But I was surprised opening it up. The first thing you see is a sleeping Strahd as he would be in his coffin. On the back of this is his stat sheet. So if you want to give your players an idea of what he looks like or just show off the huge photo of him, go for it. Next we get the DM screen. That has artwork from Barovia. On the inside it looks similar to the classic DM screen, but with some added features that fit the Curse of Strahd campaign. Then we get to the Barovian postcards. These little guys are for your players to hold and enjoy the art. No mechanical point to them, just something fun to have. Then we get to the Taraka deck. This deck of cards is what determines the path your adventurers take. This deck is much larger than the original and with a holographic stamp on the back. These cards are huge and clear to read, and with that holo stamp, makes them a bit more mystical. The books, that's right, plural, are not hardcover, so make sure to keep the coffin to keep them safe and in good condition for as long as possible. You get 2 books, one for the campaign and the other for the monsters. This helps keep things organized and makes life a lot easier. No more flipping between the pages of the book. I kinda hope they do this going forward. Not having to flip between a bunch of reference pages and having them separate is a huge convenience, hence why I use D&D Beyond. I'm able to just open up a bunch of tabs and have it ready. So, now that that's all out of the way, let's get into what this campaign is all about. In this module, players explore the land of Barovia from level 1 to 10. While on this adventure, they must avoid gothic horrors, including werewolves, zombies, wraiths, and a cruel vampire lord that rules the land. Like every campaign book, this one has a tutorial level for players. However, this one used to be incredibly brutal. It was known as the Death House. Before, there were so few leveled undead and ghouls and ghosts that any creature that was added to was incredibly brutal to a level 1 player. So, when these monsters rolled up on the players, it pretty much wiped them out. Now, there are easier ghosts to fight that don't outright kill you. After completing that part, they truly can start to explore Barovia. Or, if you want to skip that part, you can, and nothing will really change from it. With the party exploring, they will find a fortune teller, and this fortune teller will make the game completely different and memorable each time, and thus makes it a fan favorite. She tells a prophecy where a group of adventurers, with the help of a chosen one and 3 magic items, will slay Strahd and free the land of his terrible curse. What is this curse, you may ask? Well, Strahd has trapped the land in a demiplane of eternal darkness, surrounded by a fog that if anyone goes in, they will suffocate and die. And if you think death is a way out of Barovia, well, you'd be wrong, dear adventurer. The curse traps even your soul. If you were to die here, your soul is reused in the town. You are reincarnated as a new person, but have none of the previous life's memories, but some of the personality traits. Through the adventure, the party will be harassed by Strahd von Zarovich. He will hound them and torture them by showing off his control over the realm, being that by summoning animals or even negating any damage he would take from foolish adventurers who would dare strike him. Of course, he is a vampire, so just be sure to not invite him inside, have some daylight spells to keep him at bay, or have a moat of running water and you'll be perfectly safe. However, remember, this is his domain, so that's all easier said than done. He has made sure that his weaknesses are minimum in his realm, and he is not afraid to show off his power. But luckily, thanks to the fortune teller, players can find ways to weaken and eventually defeat him. However, not all want Strahd to be defeated, or even defied. So finding allies in this world of darkness can be difficult. Out of all the campaign books, this one has the highest replayability. Your chosen one NPC and the location of the magical items changes between game to game, depending on which cards the fortune teller pulls. And that's all that I will say about the game. It is incredibly fun, so if you get the chance to play it, take it up. And after that, run it for your friends and have fun playing the most well-known villain in all of D&D history. Curse of Strahd being reprinted proves how popular it is and how memorable it is in the mind of the players and the Dungeon Master alike. But what do you all think? How many times have you played this campaign? What is your favorite part of the game? Why don't you let me know by tweeting me at ZTVGoofingOff, and be sure to use that all-important hashtag DungeonDelvers. Until next time, I'm the Dungeon Master, and if you excuse me, I have to go give my players some loot. I think I'm going to give them 2 scimitars. Yeah.